I didn't think I was going to film this at first, but I figured, why not? I haven't put a film up for a while. A film. I haven't put a video up for a while. This is not made on film. But what I'm doing is just some little mini table legs. I wanted to try out a technique, and what I've done here basically is I've taken some really strong fiber tape and wrapped it in such a way that when I cut it off, it ends up going this way so that it doesn't end up peeling itself off. I've got 3 strips wrapped about 3 times. Well, I got 1, 2, 3 wrappings on the top and then 1 wrapping on the bottom. And basically that's just holding it together. It's got really good hold. I wouldn't do this with masking tape. I wouldn't do this with anything like duct tape, anything like that that can tear across. This fiber tape is awesome. It's got nylon thread going through here. I think it's nylon or plastic or whatever, but it's super tough, and it will not break apart. It will not stretch. So that's why I'm using this, and like I say, I've got it really secured in here. I'm not too worried about this piece falling apart. It's kind of the same way I would do an inside-out ornament. But what I've got going on here is the shape of the leg, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it inside out so I can get kind of an undersweep on the foot. That's the plan, anyway. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'll do some more cuts and then come back to it. Okay, now I'm not going to sand this or anything. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it out of the chuck. I'm going to take all this tape off. I'm going to flip it inside out like I would do an inside out ornament. And the only thing I'm going to do is round off the bottom of these feet here. And, well, not round them off, but give the back side a bit of a, well, you'll see when I'm done. Now I have to tape that together, and the plan will be to kind of round these out a little bit more, but I want this to come a little more like this, mostly. May as well show you what I'm doing to wrap this too. I've got the tape hanging down here, just I was in the middle of wrapping it around. I don't have a shop table down here right now. I've got to build one yet. I'll have a miniature one using these legs. That would be a bit small, but anyway, what I've got is I've got a clamp here with a stick holding these down and together. Got them pressed as tightly as I can, and I'm really pulling this tight. And as you can see, it's almost impossible to break this stuff. I don't know what the tensile strength of this fiber tape is, but it holds really well, and I feel confident that it's not going to fly apart on me. There we go. Okay. Now I'll take my knife, which of course is on my shelf over here. There we go. One thing about a small shop. Also, I just want to point out too, this is going to be rotating this way because this will be in my tailstock. So it's going to be turning around. That's a terrible thing to do. Anyway, so what I've got is I've wrapped this tape around this way with the tail hanging off this way so that as it's rotating, it won't grab any wind or a tool and start pulling the tape off. Tape is going to stay right where it is. I'm going to do that on the same side. But just to remember what side, which way I'm going to be rotating. Like I say, I'm going to be rotating this way, so I'll just draw a little line on there. Let me know which way this thing's flying. Now, on the top of the legs here, I'm going to do the same thing. Now I'll do another 2 wraps on here, and I'll come back and we'll start returning this. What my plan is, anyway, is to I just want to taper this in ever so slightly at the base of the leg here, so that just kind of sweeps out to the foot. See what I'm doing? Hope you can see what I'm doing. There. And that's pretty much all I have to do on this side. I may soften the corners a little bit, but I really don't need to. So let's go ahead and do that. I just want to see where I'm starting. Right about here. Finding I really have to resist the temptation to reach my finger in here and make sure it's smooth, because, well, that would be a tragic case. But anyway, that looks like it's turning out just the way I want to. And you know what? I think I am going to come up here just a little more and smooth that leg out just a little more. Here we go. I've cut the tape, and here are my legs. These are what the 4 legs are going to look like here. That's not too bad. The back side, as you can see, has a nice little taper coming down, and where I'm going to cut it now is here. This one ended up chipping out at the toe here of the, but I may end up just sanding those down a little bit and touching them up. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with the way they turned out. Let me just take an individual one off. As a matter of fact, I could probably, I was gonna say I could probably even leave it like that, but I don't want to. Okay, so I'm finding I'm not quite liking these squared edges and this thick wall in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rechuck this. I've got fiber tape on the headstock side. I'm going to put some more fiber tape up here. But what I'll do is I'm going to start by putting some fiber tape just in here, just to hold it together, to keep it from flopping around while I just kind of define the feet a little more. Then I'm going to wrap more fiber tape around here, take this fiber tape off, and try and follow the contour. Okay, I'm just filming a little bit of that, but as you can see here, here's my green line. This followed the contour right to the bottom of the foot. Now what I'm going to do is tape in here, just up to the end of this line here, because this I've already got. Okay, and then what I'll do, where's my pen? There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'll take this piece of tape off, but I'm going to follow the contour of the shape on the inside all the way down. Ooh. And that's probably a good idea, because it looks like this has got a crack in it. Okay, that's going to be coming out. But yeah, this is the contour I'll be following. I'm not going to bother following this, I don't think. I like to make a bead in here. I'm just going to keep it round like that. Try and keep it as simple as possible. Again, this is just an experiment for me. I haven't done this on a lathe. Making legs this way. And that's why I'm doing it out of a small chunk of construction lumber. So anyway, I'll tape that up, and I'll try and get some footage of me cutting this out. Alright, there we go. Solidly taped. Not the best tape job, but it's kind of hard to tape on a curve. But I got it done. Nice and solid in there. Let's give it a spin. Wait, make sure that's tight. Yeah. Okay. Looks good. Like I say, there's going to be a lot of this. Turn it on, turn it off. This is where I want to go deep here.
Cool.
Get this last bit of meat here dug out. I'll put the camera back on and we'll see how it turned out. So now, what I would probably do if this was, legs for something, is this would be the time when I would sand this. It's going to be difficult with the tape in place, so there's going to be a lot of hand sanding afterwards. But yeah, I'm kind of happy with the way this turned out. I could probably go even a little bit thinner in here, and it looks like I checked this up a little bit crooked because the wall thickness here and the wall thickness here and here are different. And that's just because I didn't do it all at once as I should have. I had these apart, I retaped everything, so everything's just a little bit out of balance. They're still the same length, but yeah. So anyway, I'm going to take the tape off and then show you what I got. And something else I wanted to point out here. There we go. The bottom kind of, the toes of the feet kind of chipped out a little bit. So what I've done is I've, let me show you that too. Here, we'll walk you around the other side of the lathe. There we go. Yeah, set it there like that. I'm just using my cheap little tripod because my other one's out in the garage and well, I've just been lazy. So anyway, this is how solid this setup is here. Oh my God! You got a little tailstock in place. You're gonna poke an eye out. No. Okay. Each foot is going to have a little bit of a semicircle on there. Wow, you'll see what I mean. It's going to have two toes. Here we go. Now it's a matter of getting the tape off. Minus fiber tape, which held on to this thing magnificently. Now, you know what? This top part, I'm just going to cut that off. But as far as experiments go, seeing what my capabilities are, I'd say this was a success. There we go. 4 nice little legs. This is what I meant by it's gonna have toes. Yeah. So there we go. That looks kind of neat, actually. So now I'll put together a little table or something with these, but good little method of making matching legs on the lathe. There we go. Wonderful.